Hello everyone, this is Ria Singh, the currency analyst for Nirmal Bang. So let's look at the current developments that has happened in the forex market. Now, as far as dollar is concerned, we are seeing a continued surge into the dollar index, and this is has come in after the nomination of Powell as head of the Fed. Also, there are various factors that have been contributing to the continued dollar index appreciation. Firstly, of course, the renomination of Powell has set in the assumption that there will be a much more uh, hike rates could be coming in closer than the anticipated timeline. Secondly, there has been quite good numbers that has come in on the US economy based itself. We have seen pick up into the employment numbers and other such similar economic performance numbers. The jobless claims are at the lowest and such. So this has definitely pushed the greenback index to a level first seen in the month of July 2020. The second thing is, of course, the current weakness into the Eurozone and the UK is again contributing to the continued dollar index strength. Now, what we can derive from the current rally is there could be a crisis that could come on hand because of the continued dollar uh, index, surging higher and higher. Because it will definitely drive the US rates higher, as well as the element of safe haven demands for dollars as emerging markets continue to see their currencies melt down. And then again, the COVID rate spikes again puts on the new concern on the whole growth of Eurozone. So these all three factors are definitely contributing, and whether it will continue or so will rely on how good will the Eurozone be handling these current COVID wave, though they are undermining it by saying, of course, the all the waves that are coming apart from the first has not been so dentful as the previous ones. So on part of that, that still remains to see. So all in all, I think dollar index will continue to surge. There could be there could 96.50, 96.80 levels and so on. Moving on to Indian rupee, I think Indian rupee is lower amid the outflows that has come from the local stocks, and the dollar strength is definitely putting a dent onto it. The other major reason is that whenever such a sharp depreciation that comes into the Indian rupee, there is always an assumption that RBI will come in to step in. But I think if you look at the broader spectre and according to the current action, the Reserve Banks of India Forex intervention strategy is likely to be guided by more moves in the Chinese yuan rather than the US dollar alone. The reason being is there has been an informally aimed benchmark with respect to the China rupee exchange rate at 11.50. So if there is an additional drop into that, it will definitely trigger an intervention giving concern over the export competitiveness. So the whole objective is to maintain the export competitiveness at a time when India is pursuing the Atmanirbhar with global investors shifting to China plus one strategy. So I think the intervention with respect to the Chinese, if there is further drop into the Chinese yuan strength, RBI may step in to curtail the current weakness that is coming into the Indian rupee as well. So there is one point that has been emerging on the shorter term. So all in all, I think even if you look at the intraday sessions, whether it's the current expiry or the December expiry, the momentum has been constrained to a 10 paisa momentum. So this is indicating that there's not much of a clear guidelines that is coming through in order for the trader to take a particular position or to set a further view. So all in all, I think the consolidation will continue because, like said in the previous webinar, the 74.65, 74.38 consolidation range has been maintained even in today's sessions. And until this range is broken off and a directional momentum is set, rupee will continue to consolidate in this range. The major upward breakout could come if the dollar index moves above 97 and so on. So there could, if the dollar index continue to reign on a stronger side, then there might be an upward breakout that can happen. Moving on to the euro, the Germany is set to decide on a tougher COVID restrictions today later. So there is a decisions that could come in with respect to the same. There has the idea that they are going forward is with the 3G rule and the 2G rules. So the 3G rules require the negative report, whereas 2G rules require whether the person has been vaccinated or not. So as said previously, Australia has already moved into the lockdown measures, whereas Germany will tackle this question today, later today, and will get the news on that front as well. So if it does goes into a partial lockdown, even if it goes into a partial lockdown, it will definitely put a break on the recovery economy that the Eurozone has seen so far. This has come at a very crucial time when ECB was tackling with whether to remove the fiscal support that they were giving to the countries. So if the lockdown does happen and it does set back the current recovery, so that questions will again hang in a cradle. So going forward, I think euro might remain in pressurized zone. Today in the intraday sessions, there was a slight gain. This could be because the US market is closed, and on the tomorrow we'll see whether the euro will continue to garner the strength that it has gained today. So along with these strategies, the three strategies that you can go forward is with going short on GBP INR below the level of 99.38 for a target of 99.1699. Maintain a strict SL at 99.55. You can also go short into the JPY INR below the level of 64.53 for a target of 64.29 with a stop loss at 64.70. So the reason being, the JPY has been incline bearish trend that we have seen is because there are talks that there might be another fiscal measure that will come in, and this is driving the yen, more on a steeper side. As far as USD INR is concerned, maintain the view of 74.65 and 74.38. Unless this consolidation range is broken, we'll see sideways momentum. So it will be like playing in the range where you can short on the higher highs and buy from the lows. So these were the three strategies and guidelines. If anybody has any questions, they can come forward with that. No questions. Okay. So I'll conclude the sessions. Thank you everyone for joining in.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.